Welcome to Revolution Sundays with yours truly, Dr. A.G. Green Sr. Family, you know what to do. Tag and share and tag. So glad to be on with you today. What a privilege, what an honor, a distinct honor to be streaming live right now into wherever it is you're watching me from, whether it's your home, your vehicle, your job, outside, in someone else's house. I'm so thankful and grateful to be with you on today. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. I am thankful and so grateful to be with you on this particular day, whatever time it is, whether you're watching me live or in replay. I'm thankful. Tag and share and tag, tag and share and tag. Let's pray, Almighty. We are so thankful and grateful for this opportunity. You are guiding us from the inside out. And I thank you for a clear, organic leading today. Thank you for expansion. Thank you for awareness. Thank you for healing. Thank you for wholeness. Thank you for miracles, signs, and wonders. And thank you that we're evolving, transforming, and descending. Thank you that the best versions of ourselves are emerging, and the gospel of love and the gospel of consciousness, the gospel of abundance is being transmitted globally, and we bless you in advance. In the example, the power of the consciousness, in the way of Yeshua the Christ, it is so, and so it is. Welcome, and good morning to you as well, our resident therapist. Yes, he tagged and shared, and he said, I can see and hear you well. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. What an honor and a privilege it is, as I always say, but I mean it from the deepest recesses of my heart. An honor and a privilege to be on with you on this particular day. Real quickly, well, not real quickly, but effectively, I want you to remember, I can do all things with Christ, with Christos, with Christ's mind, which is a shared consciousness and awareness of being who strengthens me. I want you to type in the comment section, I can. These are operative words that are necessary every day in this existence that we are experiencing. I can. There appears to be opposition that says I can't, but I don't allow that in my vocabulary because I am in partnership with power. I'm in partnership with a super mind. I'm in partnership with the divine. Therefore, I can. I can overcome situations. I can overcome circumstances. I can overcome frustration. I can overcome anger. I can overcome what appears to be opposition. I want you to type in the comment section, I can. Come on, type it in the comment section, I can. That's it. Type it in the comment section, I can. And as you're speaking, you should feel something from within. There should be a positive, powerful emotion attached to it, which continues to confirm in the deeper recesses of your subconscious mind that I really can. You're telling it, I can. So the next time something pops up in your life that wants to speak to the contrary, you will automatically respond with, I can. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. Now to him that is able to do do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think. It's according to the power that worketh in us. Everybody who's watching me right now is powerful. I want you to type in the comment section, I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. And while you're speaking it, while you're typing it, I should say, speak it. Let that power flow through you. Know that I am powerful. Embrace that I am powerful. Flow in what you know. I am powerful. Come on, type that in the comment section. I am powerful. So many people are afraid and ashamed to own the power. Own the power. That's how you know the power. Own the power. That's how you grow the power. Own it. You might say, if you saw where I live, would you think I'm powerful? Yes, I would. You may be saying to me, if you saw how much money I had in the bank, would you think I'm powerful? Yes, I would. You may be saying, I'm watching you. Or you may be saying, I'm watching you and I'm sick while I'm watching you. Do you know that? It doesn't matter. I am powerful. You're still powerful. You just need to learn how to own the power that you are. Oh my goodness. Yes, 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 yes. I am powerful. I am powerful. And I own the power. No matter who agrees or disagrees, that power works within me. And that power is also producing reality. I'm not going to disown it. I'm not going to operate as if I'm weak or beggarly just because your religious definitions or your religious indignation is somehow, some way challenged or offended. I am powerful, and I know that I'm powerful, and I'm grateful that I'm powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Last but not least, family, it is praise and gratitude. You know, I have discovered that sometimes you just need to shout out praise. While you're typing at least one thing you're thankful for, maybe you should open your mouth and say, thank you for life, or hallelujah, or whatever expression of praise is in you. Release it now. We are offering praise and gratitude. It is a way that we connect even more strongly to the creator, source, sustainer, the universe. And it is also a way that we transmit and vibrate at higher levels of consciousness by being thankful and being grateful. Come on, type it in the comment section real quickly. At least one thing you're grateful for, and then open your mouth. This morning, I just had to open my mouth and offer praise while I was walking through the house. I realized I hadn't done that loudly, vocally, like I used to back in the day. I had to bring it back today. Every part of your being, family, will engage with that. You just open your mouth and express praise and gratitude to the source. Praise and gratitude for the things that you have in your possession. Your mind, your will, your emotions, your sanity, your health. Come on now. Type it in the comment section. At least one thing that you're grateful for. And open your mouth. Open your mouth and offer praise. Hallelujah. Offer thanksgiving. That's it. Offer it right now. One scripture says we offer praise, which is sacrifice, which is the sacrifice of praise, which is the fruit of our lips. Yes, 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 yes. Your state of consciousness will shift. Your vibrations will elevate. The frequency that you're transmitting will grow. My goodness. When you learn how to be thankful, when you learn how to be praised, the divine, the creator, the source, the sustainer, this conscious universe, for the people who are in your lives, for the things that you currently have and the things that are about to manifest. Be thankful. Bless the name. Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing it is to offer praise and to offer gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody else want to put real quickly, type in the comment section what you're thankful and what you're grateful for during this praise alert. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing it is. What a wonderful, wonderful thing it is to be thankful and to be able to express that praise and gratitude. Thank you so much for being here on this particular day. And before we get into the announcements by Hillary, I just want to gently remind you to visit us at theaggreen.com. That is our central hub. You can go there and get updated on everything that we're doing. I will be changing some of the videos that you see so that we can update for people who want to access some of the recent streaming opportunities that we had as well. I also want to remind you to get empowered by going to divinespeciesshop.com. That's divinespeciesshop.com. I know that there are some things on that shop, if you have not yet participated or purchased, that will be a blessing to you. And of course, you can follow me on all social media, uh, or different social media places, I should say: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and YouTube under the handle of at AG Green Now, at AG Green Now. Last but not least, our spiritual community is growing. Patreon is growing every week, as I have said. Our paid tiers are growing every week as well. And I want to encourage you. I gave a date last week. I believe that was, let me make sure, because sometimes I don't write stuff down. I just come on here and say it. I know I've got it in my notes somewhere. I believe I gave the date of September 15th or 16th. I think it's, yes, the week of the 15th. We will be transferring about 70 to 75% of what you see on social media is now going to be behind Patreon for free and paid members. And remember, the paid tiers are for people who are more committed to their journey and want deeper information. And I've got some great, great things that I'm already designing right now for everybody, but especially people who are on the paid tiers. There are people who still tied to this platform. There are people who still give to this platform. We'll do it all in our spiritual community known as Revolution Inc. That's on Patreon. So eventually I'll have everything to line up. But right now, you search for AG Green Now, whether it is on the Patreon app or using a search engine like Google. You'll find yourself at our spiritual community and you can join there. Now, there's already an article up concerning the Bible. Who's read that article? It is an article that is not for the faint of heart. It is an article that is not for people who are not open minded. Okay. I want you to know and I want you to understand that it is an article for people who are ready to embrace the truth, are ready to consider other possibilities. All right. So we want you to, that's only for the paid tiers. Thank you so much. Our resident therapist said, he said, I joined paid tiers, read first blog on the Bible. It was definitely eye opening. I think that's a 8-part series. I think I started, and it's only for the paid tiers. So there is the blog series on reality creation that every member can see. Well, on the paid tiers, I started wrote the first blog article. The second one will drop this week. An article will drop every week for the next several weeks. Every week for the next several weeks. Uh, and this first article I'm starting with is concerning the Bible. And I'm going to be doing some companion videos for people on the paid tiers as well, discussing, like I do with other subjects, from the article, giving you some more relevance, helping you to connect more of the dots and gain context and an understanding as it relates to these subject matter that I discussed there. But there's also going to be more program, I should say programming, more content for paid tiers that's going to be there on all kinds of subjects, all kinds of subjects. So I want to make sure, you know, we've kind of shared with you in advance that we're making the transition. Why am I making the transition? Because I don't want to grow this spiritual community on regular social media. I want to grow it in a private space. And last but not least, it is an investment. Everybody should be willing to make an investment. I come on here every week. I ask you for a donation, but notice I'm not like other speakers and preachers. I'm not demanding nothing from you. I simply ask in love. Those who give, they give. Those who don't, they don't. But don't be fooled. I know that I am dropping information that's life changing if you apply it. So this leading came to me probably a year or so ago. I've just been slowly transitioning to moving there. Okay. I'll be doing other high level teaching, other high level seminars. I'll be bringing people in, experts. I'll be bringing other folks in to give their testimonies. We will cover health, wealth, excuse me. We would cover health. We would cover deconstruction of various different things. We would cover ET, alien presence. We're going to discuss some of everything in that Patreon community. We're going to have miracle healing services in there. We're going to have prophetic services in there. I believe in the prophetic. I have seen the future despite deconstructing and transitioning. We're going to have all kinds of stuff going on, family, in Patreon. You don't want to miss it. And I want you to invite people whom you know are sick of religion, whose eyes have become open, and they are ready to deconstruct because this community is not for everybody. I'm going to be presenting information, and y'all know me. When I present information, I wait until I have receipts. That's why with every blog article, if you want to, you can buy all those books and look up the stuff that was written in the articles. Okay. The stuff I'm teaching, you can find these references in different books, in different journals, so forth and so on. I come with receipts. I'm not just talking about what I feel or talking about what I think. And that's one reason why, let me say this, when I know something, I don't like to speak on something even when it's revealed to me by the creator, even when it's revealed to me by the source. I don't speak on it initially or immediately because I know that there's going to be something to confirm that in terms of empirical data, in terms of quotes from experts, so forth and so on. So I usually wait until I come across the information that confirms what the source has revealed to me because I know people want to be able to find that information for themselves. This community is not for everybody, but it is for community. It is for people, excuse me, who vibe with our tribe. I want you to type it in the comment section. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Type that in the comment section. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Hear me, family. Everybody doesn't vibe with us. Everybody doesn't vibe with you. It's time to vibe with your tribe, plain and simple. Now, let me say this, and I'm glad that a resident therapist put this up. Enlightened Ones is only $11 a month. And remember, these first two tiers are cheap now. This community is going to start growing, and I'm going to add upper tiers where I do behind the scenes stuff and all that. But let me say this: you're probably going to only hear me mention this like this, maybe very few times. What I'm getting ready to say, family, I don't. It's not even a part of my vocabulary. Okay, this is what I'm getting ready to say, and I'm talking to people who uh, have what they call what the world calls a set income. Old folks call it a fixed income. Hear what I'm saying today. I I don't believe in fixed incomes. I don't believe in them. They're not in my belief system anymore. The moment you say you have a fixed income is the moment you fix it. You condition your heart to believe that I'm receiving this check from whatever, and it only pays me X amount of dollars a month, and I'm limited to that. The moment you believe you're limited to that, you are limited to that. So I'm using this now in a conversation, and I want to say to my tribe, people who are part of my tribe. So, for example, I have people who give to me every month consistently. I'm going to call out. I'm doing some shout outs. Linda Nelson is a consistent giver every month. Wesley Turk gives every month. And I know these people are on, some of these people have what we call limited incomes. So I want to say to my people in that category who give consistently, and I know you're working with resources you have now, I want you to take that whatever it is you give, and I'm not going to shout out what you give every month, and you can buy a membership for a year, okay? Or you can take part of that money that you give me directly and take a piece of that to go toward the 1111 for the top tier. I'm very understanding. I'm very flexible. I'm willing to work with you because I want you all. It's necessary, in my opinion, that some of you all many of you all of you all, I should say, be a part of this community. And I know right now you're dealing with certain situations and certain circumstances as it relates to your income flow. So, say you were giving $70 a month based on a tithe or a donation or offering, however you decide to give to me. You can either pay for a year in advance and I'll make sure you get it at a discount, or you can subtract 1111 from that 70 you normally give and put it towards your Patreon membership. Okay. Now, last but not least, because I've got to switch gears today in our teaching, I'm gonna do the announcements and I'm gonna tell you why I switched gears. All right. But this is what I want to say to those who might be operating in a space where they have a check or whatever they call it, a resource that from the government, retirement or whatever, and they said this is what I have to live on. I definitely understand that. Number one, my goal through this teaching is to get you to a place where you got multiple deposits from various sources coming to you, not just one or two different checks or a pension or whatever, where that situation is multiplied for you. But in the interest of people who are where they are now, you could just take a piece of that offering you give or that donation, put it toward a Patreon membership monthly, or just buy out the whole year. And I'll offer you a discount if you pay for the year in advance. This is me working with you. All right. So just wanted to speak on that for a few minutes. I want to get our announcements up real quickly. And then I'm going to check in on you. And then I'm going to get into what I'm going to be discussing with you on this particular day.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning in today. We are super excited to have you here and just know you're a part of our spiritual community. Before we get started and before we get to hear this amazing teaching, I do have a couple announcements for you. First things first, we just want to thank you so much for your continued support of Dr. A.G. Green. We thank you for every like, every comment, every share, when you're sharing and tagging your posts, whatever you're doing to spread the word. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's time for us to gear it up and let's take it to the next level. Please make sure you are passing these teachings on to the people that you know they fit, or the people that are looking for something more, or for the people that are ready to think outside of the box. Hit share, comment their name so they can reach it on Facebook or YouTube or wherever it is you may find them, and get the word out there. All right. Although we do realize our community isn't for everyone, please, please, please invite those who are tired of religion and are looking for a deeper spiritual experience. Okay. We're looking to vibe with our tribe. Tag, text, share with someone who you know is open-minded and ready to receive and take their thinking on a deeper level. Also, don't forget to check in weekly at theaggreen.com. Visit, subscribe, read our blog, set an appointment for spiritual counseling, and more. And don't forget to also share this site with others. So it's not limited to just the videos or the blog articles, but you can also share this website with others, okay? Wear the message of your conviction. Okay, guys, visit theaggreen.com and purchase your I Am Powerful merchandise and more. If you're anything like me, sometimes we just forget, and that's okay. But I am challenging you, as I'm challenging myself, to head on over to theaggreen.com and purchase a shirt that fits your thinking, okay? As we are shifting our focus toward developing our spiritual community, please, please, please make sure you look into our Patreon. Patreon will be the key centerpiece. Make sure you join in as a member. In the upcoming months, Dr. A.G. Green will be sharing high-level teaching that will only be on paid tiers. Right now, we're getting it for free, but the high-level stuff we're going to have to subscribe and pay for. And that's okay. So make sure you get over to Patreon right now if you want to stay connected and be exposed to more. Join Revolution Inc. today, which once again is on Patreon. The Shifting Reality blog series is also on Patreon, and you must at least be a free member to read it. As you read it, we encourage you to please share it. It has the power to create awareness from the intellect and transform the heart, help spread knowledge, and help awaken consciousness. Consider our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are impacting reality. As you think, meditate, and pray, partner with us in the spirit by envisioning great growth and expansion for A.G. Green Now, Revolution Inc., and Dr. A.G. Green. Thank you so much for watching and listening and sharing and texting. Let's co-manifest unlimited things together. Until next time.
Wonderful. Thank you again, Hillary, for those wonderful announcements. And powerful niece, make sure you get with me this week so I can get you a new set of announcements to add to what you are already sharing. Okay. There's a couple of you I'm going to reach out to in the next couple of weeks to meet with that I want you to be integral part of this spiritual community to help me run it. I've been basically doing it by myself with the assistance of my niece occasionally and my assistants who assist me on here while I'm live. I'm going to be pulling a couple of you all in preparation for the upcoming months in the new year to add some support to help us to be able to kind of manage, lead, and govern the needs of this community more effectively. Okay. Appreciate you. And yes, we are appreciative of all the administrators and assistants who help run this particular community. All right, let's see. Let me check in on you real quickly before I get into what I'm going to discuss today. What's good? Tell me how you're feeling, what you're eating and sipping, and how you're feeling. Okay, tell me what you're eating and sipping and how you're feeling real quickly. And then I'm going to get into the subject matter on today uh, real quickly. Real quickly. I'm trying to type. But what's good? Tell me what you're eating and sipping. And I know y'all come up with some exotic stuff, some exotic meals, whether it's in the morning, afternoon, or evening. But I want to know what you're eating and sipping and how are you feeling in the moment. Real quickly, real quickly. Talk to me. I basically had what did I have? I had a mushroom based organic coffee earlier with some creamer in it. It'll come to me, hazelnut creamer. All right. Let's see here, my Crystal, what she says she got. She's got feeling blessed, sipping on coffee with French vanilla creamer. Wonderful. Let's see. What? Our resident mystic Wesley Turk says Reese's pancakes. What in the world are Reese's pancakes? What are they? Is it pancakes that taste like Reese's peanut butter cups? I'm trying to get an understanding. Talk back to me, brother. What are Reese's pancakes? Let's see. Hillary feeling pretty good, great today. No breakfast, preparing for big dinner. Okay. She's gonna make fried fish, hush puppies, everything spaghetti. I don't know what that is. Garlic knots, salad and baked beans. Woohoo! Hillary likes to cook, family. She does like to cook. So that sounds like a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful meal. Wonderful meal for her and those children. Brenda says she's got drinking on some H2O, some good old water, awesomeness, and she's feeling wonderful. Let's see here. Resident Mystics, resident therapist says, bless black coffee and lemon water. What a combination. I appreciate and love my life. I'm more than a conqueror. Wonderful. So it's Reese. Oh, it's Reese batter mix. Gotcha. It's not the candy. It's not the candy. It's Reese batter mix. Gotcha. Never heard of that before. Never heard of that before. I might have to try it at some point in time in the future. Family, thank you so much for sharing what you're eating and what you're sipping on right now. Okay, so now uh, our resident therapist, let's see, Hillary's talking. She said everything spaghetti is loaded with Italian sausage and extra meats with bell pepper. Wow. If I was a meat eater, I'd have to get some of that. I would have to ask you for some of that dish. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. She's talking back to our resident therapist about not being jealous. They're on YouTube. And of course, sounds amazing. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, our resident therapist keeps up with the number of installments in the series. And let me say this to you. I always like to go with the leading of God, the leading of the creator, leading of the source. And this morning, I was prompted to do a couple of things I had not done in a while in terms of my vocalizing and speaking atmospherically, uttering things. But in the process of that, the Spirit began to guide me. Since we're talking about faith on Sundays, we're doing faith and the feeling of the faith on Sundays and synchronicities during the midweek during spiritual awakening. But this morning, and this is supposed to be part 7, faith and feeling the spiritual mechanics of creation. Faith and feeling the spiritual mechanics of creation. So this morning, family, uh, I was led and guided to speak to you, since we're on the subject of faith, about money. Walking through the house, and it just popped up with, we say, within our spirit, but I heard the voice or the guidance, received the guidance. I want you to teach people a little bit about money, how it relates to faith, and how to manifest it. So after the thought came, I knew it was a divine idea. I immediately sat down and started writing. So I've already written some articles on this subject. Again, that's going to be in the paid tiers, probably next year, probably next year. Okay. Early part of next year, because the first 3 months of next year, family, I'm going to invest in you shifting your identity. Now, every week I'm teaching, I'm investing in that, but I'm going to have some more specific classes designed to help you shift your identity so that you can shift your reality. Money is going to be a part of that discussion, and a host of other things. Everything, again, from wealth to health to love, and so much, and so many more things. Excuse me, I should say. We will be discussing in Patreon with our membership. All right. Now, let me say this. Uh, let me say this as I get into this discussion. Let me say this. You should be able to take the principles that you hear me teach and apply them and receive abundance in every area of your life. Money is only one form of abundance. You can have an abundance of love, you can have an abundance of peace, you can have an abundance of romance. You see, the abundance is abundance, and it's not limited to a particular shape or form. But I know that I speak to people every week who desire to experience more financial abundance. And again, this is not in the blog article that I uh, have written, that I've been teaching from, about faith. This came to me this morning. It was by the Spirit to start, at least take maybe this week and maybe next week. Y'all know me, it's hard for me to do, a segment, teach everything in one session, or teach things I want to do in one installment. It takes multiple installments. I like to take my time. So what I'm going to do is probably take this week on Sundays, and next week on Sunday, excuse me, and talk to you about money and how to manifest it. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. Number one, every principle that I'm using that's advancing and growing me, you ought to grow. Number two, Many times in church situations, I'm just going to use it like that, or religious situations, it seems as if the leader is the one that's doing most of the advancing, or there's just a small group of people who become wealthy, successful, become multimillionaires, so forth and so on. That's not the way it works over here. As I manifest, you ought to be manifesting wealth, success, prosperity, peace, joy, tranquility. I've given you, as the world would say, game. I've given you, as the world would say, knowledge. And it's not enough for it to just work for me. I don't want it to just work for me. I want it to work for you. That's why I appreciate testimonials. When you try things that I teach you and it's working for you, then I'm being effective as a teacher and a leader, and I'm fulfilling my assignment. Because my assignment is not just to disseminate the information. My assignment is empowerment. It is a visual, three-dimensional confirmation to me when you try something that's been taught and it actually works for you. So my goal is for every boat in this harbor to rise with the tide. So all boats should rise with the tide. I want you to type in the comment section, everybody in this tribe should prosper. No, we're going to rephrase that, will prosper. Type that in the comment section. Everybody in this tribe will prosper. Type that in the comment section. Everybody in this tribe will prosper. Type that in the comment section. Everybody in this tribe will prosper. Now, I like how she capitalized will prosper. So in my meditations, I'm seeing everybody prospering from this moment forward. In your meditations, you should see everybody prospering. You know why? Because this is a situation. Let me share something with you. This is not a capitalistic group where I get mine and I don't care if you don't get yours. That's selfishness. That's foolishness. That's not even real, genuine love. Everybody is going to prosper in one way or another that's connected to this tribe. Period. You don't have to prosper as much financially. Some of you all will just want to prosper in peace. You just want to prosper in relationships. You want to prosper in self-love. You might want to prosper in your health. Fine. But you're going to prosper. All right? Because I'm manifesting it with you. Hear what I'm saying? I'm manifesting it with you. What I want you to know is that I pray over every donation that's given to me every month. I prayed in advance for it to have a return in your life. I don't want you just giving to this platform and the platform blow up and you don't blow up with it. When I say blow up, I mean expand, increase, prosper. No, everybody is supposed to prosper. Plain and simple. We all go up. I want you to type it in the comment section. We're all elevating. I feel that while I'm speaking. Type that in the comment section. We're all elevating. We're all elevating, not just one or two or three of us. We're all elevating. And I'm manifesting that even if your heart has been closed, even if your heart has been hard to certain things, even if you're have been having a difficult time embracing, that's going to be dissolved in you. Whatever limiting thoughts and beliefs you've had are going to dissolve in you, and you're going to embrace and receive, and you are going to elevate. I'm speaking to multimillionaires. I'm speaking to multi-thousandaires. I'm speaking to business owners. I'm speaking to spiritual leaders right now as I speak. And the fact that I said it, the truth that I spoke it, has made it so, whether you have seen it in yourself or not. You are what I just said you are. Hmm? You are what I just said you are. as one who's one with the creator, source, and sustainer, the words that's going out of my mouth also shall not return unto me void. It shall accomplish that which I please and prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. You've got to elevate because I just spoke that. You could be resistant to that thought now, but at some point in time, it's going to soften in you, and you're going to embrace enough of this teaching to be elevated, to see change in your life. Oh, I felt that. I don't know if I'm the only one feeling and sensing the presence now, but it's right here, right now, and it's active in you. My. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Somebody put Hebrews 11:1 up for us real quickly. Um, Let me go through my notes here that I have set aside for you. But put Hebrews 11:1 up real quickly. And I have a 6-part blog series again, Manifestation and Money. It won't be up in this calendar year, but it is going to be up early in the next part of the year for paid tiers. And I'm going to start you out with the first blog that I wrote this morning. I'm going to give and share some information with you uh, from that particular blog. All right. Somebody also put up Matthew 5:37. My sisters are watching me. So Hebrews 11:1 and then Matthew 5:37. We want those up on the screen as well. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. And then I'm going to begin sharing some perspectives with you about money. Some of you've heard in other places. Some of you've heard me say before. I just want to spend a little bit more time uh, discussing it from an angle that I think will be very helpful and help all of us embrace, family, the subject of money. Now, listen to me real clearly. Listen to me real clearly. Listen to me real clearly. When I start talking about money, family, I'm not asking you to put in the comment section what you felt, but I want you to think about what you thought, what images came to your mind, and what you felt when I start talking about money. Let me tell you why that's important. Some of you all may have had thoughts of resistance when it comes to money. Some of you may have had a defense mechanism that showed up when I mentioned money. When I talk about Patreon and paid tiers, what comes to your heart and your mind? More than likely, if you're resisting it, if you're having a problem embracing it, that's your limiting thought, limiting beliefs that exists in the subconscious part of you as it relates to money. If I start talking about paid tiers and Patreon, and immediately, if you can't afford it or not comes up, or how am I going to pay this, that, or the other, that's a scarcity mindset, which is a limiting belief that you have about money. If you are going to be able to effectively receive any kind of teaching, more specifically this one, you're going to have to open your heart up. You're going to have to address the challenges that you have, and they are challenges. Again, if you get a negative feeling of a vibe went through you that made you, feel fearful or made you experience the thought of lack, when I start discussing money or discussing paid tiers or start discussing offerings, that is a limiting belief. Watch this. It could have come from past religious abuse. It could have come from being raised poor. It could have come from somebody you love taking all your money. The bottom line is it's a limiting belief for you that's creating your reality, that's constantly reflecting back at you every day of your life. And I dare to say, I would be very accurate in saying that there are some people who are watching me now who are challenged with a scarcity mentality, who do not have a good relationship with money, who fear that they will not have enough of it, who are constantly challenged in their mind with survival. Now, one thing I'm going to do over here is always be transparent. It's not a bad thing, it's just a limiting thing. It doesn't have to define you if you don't want it to define you. Oh my God, I feel this while I'm talking. Again, if you receive the teaching, if you embrace the teaching, family, then you're going to manifest breaking those chains, breaking whatever it is that's binding you in the area of your subconscious that's been limiting you from success and prosperity in that area. But you're going to have to be willing to hear clearly. You're going to have to be willing to take a hard look introspectively at yourself. And if this is an issue for you, then you've got to accept the guidance as to how you deal with that limiting belief, that very thing that has been binding you, that very thing that has been limiting you, that very thing that has been hindering you. Wow. I feel this, family. Are you ready? I'm going to ask you a question. Are you ready, family? Okay, I sense a stream of consciousness, a stream of thought coming to me. Let me finish asking this question. Are you ready to confront and correct any limiting beliefs within you about money? Are you ready? Are you prepared? People talk about prospering, they talk about starting businesses, they dream about big things, but they don't realize they're consciously desiring something, but subconsciously they're resisting the thing the conscious mind is desiring because they've been programmed with hardships, challenges, and struggles in that area that constantly counteracts any new thoughts and any new good deeds or any new deeds and any new actions around money. Hallelujah. I feel this. I feel this. Don't worry. I'm not the preacher I'm not going to ask you to sow no seed so you can prosper. No, you can sow a seed in your heart and prosper. But what I am going to do is give you some new information. I want you to see right now that if your relationship with money is not good, it's because of your limiting beliefs, it's because of your core beliefs, it's because of your personal philosophy that you learned over time about money. If you're constantly thinking, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, if you're constantly thinking how I'm going to survive, how I'm going to survive, if you're constantly thinking how I'm going to make it, how I'm going to make it, hallelujah, then that's what you're going to constantly manifest and reflect in your world. If you always are dealing with fear of not having enough, I got one, I am ready. Fear of not having enough, fear of running out. If it's weighing you down, if it's causing you to be depressed, if it's causing you to be discouraged, if it's causing you to be sad, if when you look at your bank statement, it throws the whole day off, if you get a statement about a bill and it throws your whole day off, you are in this category of what I'm talking to today. If you see yourself homeless, if you see yourself shaky and nervous when it gets closer to paying the car note, when it gets closer to buying groceries, when it gets closer to paying the rent, you're in this conversation. I feel this. This is liberating. I declare and decree in this moment that this is liberating teaching. And this is why some of y'all, your fists are closed. I probably won't get into that today. You'll never get anything into a closed fist. I know you've heard this before, but it's the truth. You've got to release to receive. And the first place you release is in your heart and in your mind. You release the things that have been binding you, the principles you've been taught, the models that have been established before you, the things that you've been conditioned to believe about money that is created an adverse relationship with it. Created a situation in terms of relationship where it has existed scarcely and in meager accumulations, meager quantities. The only place that's going to begin, that has to begin, is inside of you first. Hear what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying today. Again, I use the term fixed income. I want everybody who loves me. I want everybody who's watching me. If you've been using the term fixed income, I need you to stop it. Because death and life is in the power of your tongue. And every time you say it's fixed, you're fixing it more. And this is why it appears to be more and more fixed every week because you're out here telling folk it's fixed. Watch this. So when you need to buy a plane ticket, maybe I can't get that plane ticket because I'm on a fixed income. I got to move some stuff around. I won't be able to pay it this, that, and the other because I'm on a fixed income. No, I can't give that extra today because I'm on a fixed income. Baby, I would love to help as many people as I can, but I'm on a fixed income. You are prophesying more fixed income situations. You are prophesying more limited income situations based on a linear analog system. It, it just bothers me, especially when I hear Christians speaking out their mouths what they don't have. When you're telling me the God you believe in is all powerful, you're telling me that Savior you believe in is all powerful, but you got to be limited. You continue to limit yourself. You know my voice elevated. I'm passionate. I got to give it to you today. I got to speak truth out of this vocal box and out of this throat chakra to somebody today. It's time. The moment has come for you to rid yourself of these limiting beliefs. Now, faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I think I asked for Matthew 5:37. Is that what I asked for? Let's put that up next. Yes, it's already up. Good. So remember, I taught you this faith is not just used to bring good stuff into your life as a spirit being. This faith is based on a core faith, a core belief you have, and it will manifest the unwanted things, the things that will hurt you, the things that will limit you, the things that will hinder you. I just quoted an Old Testament text that death and life is in the power of the tongue. They that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. That means there's a state of consciousness in what you speak. There's a state of consciousness, excuse me, in what you speak that comes from what you think, imagine, ultimately what you believe. So if you're speaking death, in your finances, then your finances are dead. When you say fixed income, you're immediately limited. When you say I can't do because I can't afford, you're immediately limiting it. And I know some of y'all love talking this kind of stuff. Oh, you love commiserating when people house it's just a struggle. Oh, it's already still you money is so hard to come by. Oh, you love it. Have you noticed the adrenaline rush sometimes that we get talking negatively and pessimistically? Have you noticed how the body responds to it? It's like sometimes it perks up. It doesn't always feel distressed and depressing when we're discussing this. It's like when you get to commiserate with other people as to how hard and challenging and difficult it is. Hear what I'm saying today. Notice how there's a part of you that said, this is familiar. This is very comfortable. Yeah, we're going to use this as a crutch. Oh, yeah. Listen to me. That means your mind, excuse me, and your body has been trained to live in this state of consciousness, to continue every day to co-create and manifest, send it out into the 3D that reflects back to you this misery, this struggle every single day or several times a week. Some people just love that. They love, I don't know if they want sympathy. I don't know if they're trying to make excuses. It's different for different people. But the bottom line is there's sometimes a joy that's attached to people. Yeah, I just don't have it. I just, oh, this is just my life. It's just the way it is. This stuff is just hard to come by. So if you're believing in death in your finances, if you're believing in scarcity, if you're believing in brokenness, if you believe that your job is actually the only thing that can provide for you, hear what I'm saying today. If you believe that that job or that business is actually the only thing that can provide for you, then that's what you're limited to. Mm, mm, mm. Oh my goodness. Why am I using 537 King James Version, Matthew 5:37? Yeshua said, let your communication be yea, yea, which means yes, yes, or nay, nay, which means no, no. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Listen, you listen, either it's a yes or a no. I'm gonna say it again. Either it's a yes or a no. I'm gonna say it one more again. Either it's a yes or a no. It's a yes or a no. My God, I feel it. Thank you. I feel it so strong. It's a yes or a no. But I'm encouraging you to use your power to speak yes. Speak yes to teachings like this. Speak yes to divine truths that is being spiritually disseminated to you right now. Speak yes to spiritual principles. Own if it's something that needs to be changed or corrected in your programming, in your conditioning. Own the fact that it's not your job that's responsible to provide what you're worth. Own that it is not your business that's responsible to provide what you're worth. Own that it is not somebody else's responsibility to provide to you exactly who and what you are and what you're worth. It is your responsibility. You manifested the job, you manifested the business, you manifested the scarcity, you manifested the downs as well as the ups. Own that. The way of change begins in you. I'm going to say it again. The way of change begins in you. I'm not even in my notes yet. Let me get in here. The way of change begins in you. We all have had questions. How do I manifest money? How do I manifest more money? And I know people think that money is green paper that's in their pocketbooks or in their purses or in their wallets. I know people think that money is digits in a bank app. I know people think that money is crypto, a crypto token in a digital wallet. Mhm. Have you ever, you've heard me talk about this, so you have some idea, but do people really know what money really is? I'm going to tell you over the next few minutes what money really is. It's not a greenback, it's not a digit, it's not cryptocurrency. Number one, money is a symbol, a thought, and vibration. I want you to type that in the comments section. Money is a symbol, thought, and vibration. It is a symbol, thought, or vibration. Type in the comment section. Money is a symbol, a thought, and a vibration. Let me copy it and put it in there for you as well. But I want you to type it. Money is a symbol, thought, and vibration, all at the same time. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? While you're striving for greenbacks, while you're striving for digits to show up in your accounts as money, realize what I shared with you recently. Money is abstract. It's an agreement among minds, not a thing in itself. It is energy. I felt that flows, a story we collectively believe, and a frequency we align with. Did you catch that? It's abstract. It's an agreement among minds. It's not a thing unto its in itself. It is energy that flows, a story we collectively believe, and a frequency we align with. So when mankind decided he wanted to create a system of currency, the system of currency, family, started as a thought. It started in the imagination. Before there was a physical counterpart in the form of a coin, a physical coin, before there was a physical counterpart in the form of paper, it was a thought. It was an idea, family. And remember, every thought is energy, and every thought vibrates. Every thought is a frequency. Mm, mm, mm. Hear me, hear me. The bills and coins are only placeholders, physical placeholders. They're only physical symbols. But the real money is invisible, a shared belief, a field of trust, a thought form that lives in human consciousness and collective imagination. Type this in the comment section. Money is a thought form. Money is a thought form. Wow. Money is a thought form. Type that in the comment section. Money is a thought form. Is this resonate with anybody? Let me go back to my phone to see if I'm getting any likes and hearts on Facebook. Money is a thought form. Now, you can argue with this all day long, every day long, but the bottom line is that them coins and paperbacks that you and I spend or you and I receive every day, the watch this. If you live in the US, the design for the dollar and the value of the dollar was created in the mind of people who agreed that this is what we want as a part of our currency. It was thought energy. It was brain energy. It was mental energy, family, first. And then they said, let's make a $1 bill. Let's make a $5 bill. Let's make a $10 bill. Let's make a $20 bill. Let's make a $50 bill. Let's make a $100 bill. Let's make a 25-cent coin. Let's make a half a dollar coin. Let's make a dollar coin. And let's put faces on this currency. It's a thought form. It existed in the mind first. Lord have mercy. Somebody help me. It existed in the mind first. So, family, when you and I manifest money, we are not calling green paper into being. You are aligning with the thought form of value, trust, and circulation that we call money. Come on now. Hear me. Money was first created and printed and coined and pressed in the mind. We'll say it again. Money was first printed, coined, and pressed in the mind. Yeah, yeah. Is anybody, is it resonating with you now? Is it resonating? So hear me, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to move forward. You think the only people who have the authority to think money and manifest money is your government. Hear me. That's what many people are thinking. You think the only way to have your own printing press, to create your own printing press, and I'm not talking about a physical printing press, I'm talking about a printing press that money manifests so frequently in your life. It's like you own your own press in your own workshop. You think the only one that can provide that is the mint in the United States. As it was mental with them and is mental with you and I. Hear what I'm saying today. Lord have mercy. It's quiet. I don't see no likes and hearts on Facebook. Y'all must really be paying attention. The philosopher Jacques Derrida wrote, there is no meta language, end quote. In other words, money illustrates this perfectly. The physical dollar points beyond itself, not just a word, as a word points to meaning. As Alfred Korzybski said, the map is not the territory. The dollar is not the wealth. It is the map, family, of value, not the territory of value. It is the map of value, not the actual territory of value. Hear me, hear me, hear me. Let me talk for a few minutes about the abstract nature of money. Let's see how far I got. Look like I'm gonna, because I started with other things today, I might get a chance to make 1 or 2 points. I'm trying to get you to see right now, family, that our conceptual framework about money has to change. Hear me. Just as they thought money and manifested money in physical form, you can think money, I can think money and manifest it in a physical form. This is what millionaires and billionaires and successful people do all the time. This is what people, watch this, who are not millionaires and billionaires do too every day. Even if it's just enough to supply their needs and desires, they are thinking about the manifestation of money and it manifests into a physical form. Ooh, hear me, family. If you put restrictions, family, on your ability to manifest a physical counterpart of money from your own mental state, this is why we are seeing scarcity. Hear me, because we think, hear me, this is coming to me now. We think it has to come a particular way through a linear grind, run yourself in the ground system. I'm all about people hustling. I'm all about people doing what they can do to support themselves. I just believe we are too powerful to need 3 jobs to survive. I'm just sorry. Something is astray in the mental. And don't get me wrong, you got to manage your money. That's another thing we're gonna do. We're gonna have talks about money management next year in Patreon. I'm gonna bring some folk on who know about this stuff, and we're gonna get into it. You got to manage your money. But at the same time, if you're starting with a scarcity mentality, let me tell you why people stay broke. If you start with a scarcity mentality and you make more money with that scarcity mentality, the more you make, the more you spend because you have a scarcity mentality. You're telling your money before it comes in, you can't stay long. Because even if it's more than enough for 30 days or 60 days, you can't stay long because my scarcity mentality has already decided you already spent. I'm going to spend stuff on you. I'm going to find ways to spend you after you come in. I'm going to find new ways. I'm going to find stuff I don't really even need to buy after extra comes in. That's what the scarcity mentality does. I have lived it. I had to be broken from it. I had to be, as the church folks say, delivered from it. I had to escape that mindset. I had to dissolve it. Woo. As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Even in this perspective, if you're thinking struggle and scarcity and limitation and lack, guess what's going to happen when the extra money come in? That mentality is going to put you back in a place where things are scarce, where things are limited, where you're always struggling. And be careful that you don't fall in love with a struggle mentality. Because if you fall in love with a struggle mentality and you get a windfall, you get nervous. Because your subconscious mind is saying, you train us to struggle. We don't know who we are if we don't struggle financially. Some folk don't know who they are if they're not always on the edge, struggling, scratching their head, seeing how they're going to survive. And then bam, something happens and they make, ooh, this is what I'm used to. I'm used to hand them out. Ooh, I'm not used to having extra, 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 extra. Listen, that is a mind state. That is a state of mind. That is a paradigm. It's deep. I'm wading deep in the water today. I'm wading deep in your subconscious mind today. I'm wading deep in your subconscious archetypes today. Money is abstract. Economists define money as a medium of exchange, a store of value, and a unit of account. But those functions only work because of collective belief. In other words, what economists say it's real to us because our collective belief or collective consciousness says it's real to us. In the US, a dollar says this note is a legal tender for all debts, public and private. This is a declaration of faith, family. It is a symbol we agree upon. Without belief, paper is meaningless. Lord have mercy. Let me put that in the comment section. I want y'all to type that in the comment section. Without belief, paper is meaningless. Type that in the comment section. Without belief, paper is meaningless. Type that in the comment section. The reason this monetary system works, family, it's because we believe it works. Check this out. I'm going to show you a modern day example of that. Do you realize that the US dollar is weak in certain countries? Do you know why the US dollar is weaker in certain countries than it is in its own country? You know why? Because the belief of that country, based on their economic setup, says your currency is weak over here. We believe it's weak. We don't believe it's as strong as the euro. We don't believe it's as strong as another form of currency. Did you catch that? So even today, the monetary valuations of the dollar in other countries is based on the belief of that country. That country gets to decide from its within its hierarchy, its structure of government, what currency is strong and what currency is weak. And once they decide that, they push it publicly, and it becomes a part of collective consciousness, collective belief, and collective faith. So even now to this day, what the money means to another country is based on its belief. Oh my God. I hope somebody's hearing me today. Philosopher John Searle describes money as a status function. Its power exists only because we all agree it has power. Money is powerful because we agree in faith that it has the power it has. So we decide based on what the government tells us. We believe what the government says about its money. We accept what the government says about its money. In other words, money is abstract before it is concrete. Again, it is a thought form, then a symbol, then a vibration circulating between minds, and finally, a materialized experience in trade. It is first a thought form, then a symbol, then a vibration circulating between minds, and finally, a materialized experience in trade. A prime reason, family. This is a prime reason why manifestation teachings are not delusion. If money is a thought and belief, then reshaping thought and belief directly reshapes how money flows to us. I will say it again. If money is thought and belief, then reshaping thought and belief directly reshapes how money flows to you. Woo, I feel. Yes. Somebody hearing me today. Somebody hearing me today. I just described a system to you, monetary, based on currency, based on trade, that all began in the mind and manifested into three-dimensional reality. Conscious belief, collective consciousness, manifesting its own value that was first created within the mind. Hear what I'm saying today. Why can't you do that? This is how cryptocurrency was birthed. Somebody whom they attribute to in another country decided to create a digital currency with its own value. And the reason it has value, family, is because the creator of the digital currency gave it value. Watch this, and then convinced other people globally that it was of value. And now the whole world seems to be chasing cryptocurrency. Even the way through blockchains, so forth and so on, as to how it's governed, how it is protected. It started in the mind of the creator of cryptocurrency. Did you catch what I just said? Is anybody hearing what I just said? Is anybody tracing and connecting the dots to what I just said? So what if you decided, let me see if I'm going to talk about archetypes. Let me look here in my notes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I want to stop here. I'm gonna make one more point. I'm gonna add a little bit to my discussion about money as a thought form. Carl Jung introduced, family, the idea of archetypes. You've heard me talk about it. Patterns of thought that shape collective behavior. Money is one of humanity's most enduring archetypes. Listen to this. Money embodies security. Money embodies power. Money embodies freedom. Money embodies exchange. Money embodies trust. You know you feel more secure, family, when you have some extra money. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. An extra $100, an extra $1,000 comes your way. You know you feel better about yourself. Come on now. You feel more secure in your position. Listen, if you got an extra $2,000 or $3,000 when you're walking in a store, you sometimes you're saying to yourself, I can buy 10 of these things if I want to instead of the one I normally get. If you just won a lawsuit and it paid you $200,000 or $300,000, you're immediately thinking when you drive by car lots, yeah, I can pay cash for that car if I want to. You know why? Because it embodies power and it embodies freedom. Money is a symbol of freedom for many people. That's why people feel bound when they don't have it. Tell the truth, family. Have you ever felt very bound when you had little money? Have you ever said to yourself, if I just have more money, I can eat what I want, eat out tonight. If I just have more money, I could get a better car. If I just have more money, I could get that house that I want. If I just have more money, I can buy these supplies, or I could get this surgery, or I could do that. Come on now, y'all know I'm telling the truth, family. Thank you, my Krista, for being honest. Is there some other folk on who are going to be honest? I've been there. It's power and freedom. You feel more powerful when you have money. Hear what I'm saying today. You realize, hear me, if you can pay cash for a car, your knees are not knocking about passing a credit check. You know I'm telling the truth. If you got your 20% down, or you can pay cash for that 200, 300, $400,000 house if you wanted to, your knees are not knocking about a credit check. You feel powerful in that moment. I got the money. I pay cash for this. I buy every house in the neighborhood if I want to. I can buy 10 cars if I want to. There's a friend of mine, he's a multimillionaire, owned restaurants. He went on a car lot to buy a car. It took like 20 minutes for people to come out to serve him. He realized it's because of the color of his skin. He's African American. White salesman finally came out. He let him have it. He realized he had been profiled. Multi-millionaire. He had to tell him, what took y'all so long? I know what took you so long. You thought black man rose up, I think it was a Mercedes lot or whatever. He can't afford what's on this lot. He said, do you realize I can buy every car on this lot if I want to? But guess what? I ain't buying nothing from y'all. I'm going to right across the street and I'm going to get the car I want and I'm going to pay cash for it. In that moment, he knew he was powerful because he had finances. There's a hierarchy in this system, excuse me, in this country, based on how much money you produce. Do you realize rich people get treated better than folk who don't have as much money? It's sad, but it's true, especially in these United States of America. It's sad, but it's true. And people have taken on and defined themselves by money. That matter of fact, there are folk who are watching me right now who feel like they're not important. They feel like they're insignificant. They feel like they're nothing because society devalues people who are not rich, wealthy, and so-called powerful, as I just described. So you feel like you're nothing. You feel like you're not a success because you're struggling. Some of you all are educated. Some of you all have great ideas, and you feel like you're absolutely miniature. All because you define yourself by the value placed on money by society. Wow. The great mystic Neville Goddard insisted everything depends upon our attitude towards ourselves. That which we will not affirm as true of ourselves cannot develop in our lives. Money, being thought form, responds to identity and affirmation. Lord have mercy. I've been talking about this. I feel like running. I got one more point to make, and then I'm going to be done. I don't want to go too far over time today. I want you to type in the comment section. Type this in the comment section. Money being thought form responds to identity and affirmation. Type that in the comment section. I'm putting it up on the screen, but I want you to type it. Money being thought form responds to identity and affirmation. Money being thought form responds to identity and affirmation. Money being thought form responds to identity and affirmation. In other words, if your identity is one that's broke, busted, and disgusted and struggling, then you are affirming that within your mind. You're sending that signal out into the world. And this is why your world is upside down financially. Because your identity is the identity of a person who don't have enough. It's the identity of a person who identifies or is identified by struggle, identified by depletion, identified by scarcity, identified by lack, identified by not enough. You show up every day with an identity. I'm just scratching and clawing to survive. And this is the identity that you impressed upon the physical dimension, and it reflects back to you as that. Oh my goodness. You define yourself as one who's barely making it, who's barely getting by. And listen, when you and I live under that mindset every day, I've lived it, family. You get tired and fatigued with this life. You start thinking about dying, you start thinking about checking out, you start thinking about just giving up everything because it is a weight emotionally, it is a weight to constantly feel like that I'm swimming against the current financially. You get to a point where you just get tired of the struggle. You get tired of the struggle. You get tired. As we say, if it's not one thing, it's another. Soon as you get an extra $200, this is a chaos mentality. Subconsciously, you think if I get extra, something's going to come to take that extra. Sure enough, something happened with the car. Sure enough, Suge needed a loan. So I gave Suge $500 of my extra $1,000, and Suge never paid me back. It's just the stuff that just happens to me because it's a part of your identity. Your relationship with money is not a great relationship with money. Your relationship with money is that you can't hold on to it and keep it long. Your relationship with money tells money. It tells money that too much of you, money, will corrupt me because you still hanging on to a text that the love of money is the root of all evil. So you think money is evil. Money is not evil. Money has no polarity. Money does whatever the person who holds the money does with it. And then you keep recording the scriptures. Easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. And so you think money is filthy. You still using terms like filthy rich. There is no filthy rich person. That's a coin. That's a term that was coined. People associate wealth and prosperity with being filthy or being dishonest or being shady or being a thief or being somebody who gets over on somebody. Do you realize there are legitimate business people in this world who operate from a wonderful ethic, a wonderful business ethic? Hear what I'm saying today. It is these thoughts, family, these sinister thoughts, these unsavory thoughts that we've had about money that sends a message, an energetic message to money that I don't want too much of you because you can corrupt me. Hear me. When you think of money as scarce, you embody scarcity. I'm going to say it again. When you think of money as scarce, you embody scarcity. When you think of it as circulating energy, you become a channel. I'm going to say it again. When you think of money as scarce, you embody scarcity. When you think of it as circulating energy, you become a channel. I'm telling you right now, as a person who lives by faith, who's decided to manifest from the spiritual and the mental, and the physical is the last thing, your needs and desires have the ability to be supplied to you even if it appears to come at the last minute. Once you let go of a scarcity limiting mentality, detach yourself from fear, detach yourself from a failed outcome, and believe within yourself that miracles always happen for me. That's the way it's supposed to be. I always have more than enough. Everything always gets paid. Everything always gets taken care of. Hear what I'm saying? When you start reaffirming to reestablish and recreate an identity where you're not living in scarcity, but you're living in more than enough, you're going to start see the shift and the transition take place in your life. As psychologist William James wrote, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. End quote. I'll get into money being a vibration later, but I want to hang my hat on that. If your faith is in scarcity, if my faith is in scarcity, we produce more of that. This is what I want to leave with you today. Family, changing your attitude in your mind about money will change your circumstances. I want you to begin by processing what you heard me teach today. If you need to replay it 2, 3, 4 times, replay it and understand when your mentality about money shifts, when you recreate the image and identity that you are as a being and decide you're going to create a better relationship with money, a better viewpoint about money, a better belief system about money, and stop thinking again that the physical is the ultimate reality. Stop thinking that you're trapped by physical limitations and physical rules and physical laws, and begin to remember and embrace I make these rules for the physical. I determine what happens in the physical. You got to show up every morning acting like, moving forward like you are that successful, prosperous person. And you get that bill in the mail and your heart used to beat fast, or there will be a drop or a pit in your stomach. And when you get the next bill and you check your account and it still looks like it's not aligning with your new identity, speak from the new identity is paid for. You don't have to know how it's paid for. It's paid for. You become what you think. You become what you believe. Recognize, again, just as the money system came out of the mind, your own money system comes out of your mind. Ooh, hear me today. And when you, to the point of what people call strong delusion, create an image of you that is flourishing, that is happy, that is whole, that is complete, that lives in an overflow, guess what's going to happen? This three-dimensional physical world was created to serve you. It will bend to your will. It will bend to your faith. It will bend to your desire. And that which you have held in your heart in faith, in knowing, my God, as the scripture would say, must and will come to pass. And Almighty, I thank you for everybody who's watching me. I speak directly and prophetically that their money is increasing, the opportunities are growing, and the desires of their heart to be blessed, to be a blessing to others, is reality. And I give you praise and glory. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want you to type this in the comment section. I want you to type this in the comment section. Type in the comment section. I am blessed to be a blessing. I am a blessing. Type that in the comment section. I am blessed to be a blessing. I am a blessing. Type that in the comment section. I am blessed to be a blessing. I am a blessing. Type that in the comment section. I am blessed to be a blessing. I am a blessing. And guess what? After you type that in the comment section, I want you to speak it out loud 7 times with vision, seeing yourself being blessed and being a blessing, and feeling that you are blessed. And after you have spoken it out loud 7 times, I want you to type 7x blessings in the comment section. 7x blessings in the comment section. 7x blessings in comment section. I am blessed to be a blessing. I am a blessing. Wow. Wow. And after you have spoken it out loud 7 times, that's right, 7x blessings. You know why? Because I'm prophesying and speaking and co-creating with you that you're getting ready to reap 7 times more from your faith. You're getting ready to manifest 7 times more from your declaration. Oh my God. This is not just a 7x of your money. This is a 7x of favor. This is a 7x of opportunity. Hear what I'm saying today. This is a 7x of doors open. This is a 7x of health. This is a 7x of blessings in your own body. Yes, 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 yes. 7x blessings. 7 times blessings. Oh my goodness. I want you to speak to your checking account right now. 7 times blessings. I want you to speak to your health right now and say, health 7 times healthier. My goodness. I want you to speak to your relationships and say 7 times better. Hey, I want you to speak to your transportation right now and say 7 times better. My God, I feel like running. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. I sense that. I know that. I embody that 7 times. 7 times. 7 times. Some of y'all might be planning vacations. Go on and take the vacation. But I want you to speak 7 times better vacations for me. 7 times. I got to release you. Getting a little choked up here. Giving opportunities are on the screen. If you want to donate, if you want to share, you can do that. Shamelessly reminding you all this is my birthday month. And I want to thank those who have already given and those who are going to give. I appreciate you so. And as you are preparing to give, I want you to tell me how the message impacted you today. I'm going to give you some more tips. Hopefully, I'll get to that point next week. If I don't get to that point next Sunday, I'll do it the Sunday after that. Next, I got some more specific tips I'm going to share with you as to how to manifest more income. I'm a living, breathing witness, even how I'm living right now, that money always, somehow, some way manifests for me to the point that I can give to other people. Hear what I'm saying today. It is supernaturally supplied through opportunities. But I had to abandon the rat race. I had to abandon the scarcity mentality. I had to abandon limitations. There are things that I'm going to be testifying about in my life that have come from arising to a place understanding where and what money really is. Real quickly, how did the message impact you today? Tell me what you thought. And I'm thanking you now. $ AG Green, or you can stitch $ AG Green Enterprises if you want. Or you can simply use theaggreen.com, and there's a whole donation page there where you can give. All right. I want you to check your Patreon every day like you check your other social media accounts, or at least several times a week. Look for your notifications. Go on and read the articles. There's some wonderful stuff on there now. There's going to be some more good stuff on there this week. Right? Did I make it plain today? Did I make it make sense? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Did I make it make sense? I know some of y'all are going to have to chew on it. You literally think I work and I earn, but you don't understand. You don't understand. Well, you didn't understand, but you understand now. You can manifest the outcome before you work any job. You can manifest the outcome in your mind. And let me share this with you. Thank you so much, Pamela. Let me share this with you, family. This is how I live my life now. I believe in action. At some point in time, I will use the scripture, faith without works is dead. But guess what? I believe in inspired action. Inspired action. So if I'm manifesting the payment of a bill and I'm sitting back in my manifestation portal and I'm seeing that bill being paid, however I visualize it, the opportunity for it to be paid will either come through money manifesting without me moving a muscle, or inspired action is me moving a muscle, pursuing an opportunity, not just getting up and doing stuff. I share this with people all the time. I share this with people all the time. Somebody gonna get it. I used to say this when I was deep in the church world. I'm not deep in that world no more. I used to say this: you don't have to look at 100 houses, just like you don't have to look at 100 cars. I don't understand. I now don't understand. I understand from the perspective I was taught, but I've been enlightened. If I have a higher self, if I am a spirit being and I am one with God, why can't I be led to the house through an inspired action? Why can't it manifest in my world? Why am I looking at 10 to 15 houses and then sitting around scribbling, talking about what can I afford? There's a part of you that already knows where your next physical house is. There's a part of you that has already seen it paid for. Our job is to see the end, is to use faith to manifest the end, not the how to's. The end, where you receive that key or you're already living in it and enjoying it. But guess what? If you get quiet and allow the spiritual work dimension to do the work for you, allow the universe to do the work for you, then somehow, some way, you're going to be led to the exact house, man, you're supposed to be living in. I'm not saying don't look for houses, but I'm saying stop running and looking at 20, visiting 20 houses if you're trying to buy a house. Why? When you're a part of God and God is a part of you. Why, when you're so powerful, do you need to do that? That's a part of you that knows where your next house is. But do you believe that? Do you believe that? You got to believe it. You've got to embody it. You've got to know it. And you'll stop chasing and allow it to chase you. I want you to type this in the comment section and I'm done. This is a faith statement. Y'all ready for this? Can I give you one faith statement? Can I give you one more faith statement? Can I give you one more spiritual principle? Can I give you one more? Can I give you one more spiritual principle? Please, can I? One more spiritual principle. Same thing with relationships. Y'all out here dating 20 and 30 people. Some of y'all having sex with multiple people. Why? There's a you that knows who the one is. There's a you that knows who your next wife is or who your next husband. There's a you that knows exactly who it is that's 100% compatible with you. There's a part of you that has all of the answers. Anybody catching what I'm saying today? Mm, mm, mm. One biblical writer says, uh, you basically paraphrasing, you have the mind of Christ and you know all things. I used to teach that text. There's a part of you, family, that knows all things. And I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to share this with you, and then I'm going to release you. You said I could share it, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it. And this is what I'm going to share with you. What you want wants you more. I want you to type it in the comment section. What I want wants me more. Type that in the comment section. I feel this. What I want wants me more. Type that in the comment section. What I want wants me more. Do you realize that the energy of the vehicle that you desire wants you more? Do you realize the man or the woman you should love and truly love wants you more? Do you realize that the financial stability that you want wants you more? Do you realize happiness wants you more? Oh my goodness. Hey, 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 somebody hear me. Somebody hear me. Your business success, your successful business wants you more than you want the successful business. Have you ever been in a situation where you like somebody and you found out later, even if you didn't hook up with them, that they liked you? Has that ever happened to you before? You liked somebody and you realize you sometimes you end up with the person, then and sometimes years go by, you find out that they liked you. Has that ever happened to you before? Happened to me. Have you ever been in a situation um, where you wanted something and you found out years later that you could have had the car, you could have had the scholarship, you could have had whatever you wanted. You found out through a series of situations. That's happened to me. I didn't know the principle at the time that what I wanted me more. Hey, somebody ought to be screaming where you are now. Take that into sleep with you. Take that into your day. What you want wants you more. Oh my God. Oh my God. That principle right there itself is worth some love. Okay, I'm going to release you all with the shalom blessing. I'm a few minutes over time. I'm glad you enjoyed it today. I'm glad the message resonated with you. Take to heart and apply what was said. I still feel the presence. I still feel the anointing. I still feel the tangible glory of God, the creator, source, and sustainer, while I'm talking to you, fam. This is divinely inspired. This is divinely transmitted to you. Every word that was spoken to you, every word that was spoken to you is done. I'm going to know that version of you because everybody is elevating. Everybody is elevating. Pamela Moore, everybody is elevating, Pamela. Everybody is elevating. The scripture says it's given unto us, pressed down, shaken together, running over, Pamela Moore. I'm speaking to you, Pam. Let go of the old version. Let go of the hurt. Let go of the pain. Let go of the old mindset. You are meant to be wealthy, Pamela Moore. I'm speaking directly to you by unction of the Spirit. You are wealthy in your spirit. You're wealthy in your mind, will, and emotions. You're wealthy in your physical body. You're wealthy in your social life. You're wealthy in finances. You're wealthy in relationships. You're wealthy in romance and love. This is who the highest and higher versions of Pamela Moore is. I see what I see and I know what I know. And the floodgates want to open more for you, Pamela Moore, than what you want them to do. It wants and desires you more. Love y'all so dearly. I release you with the shalom blessing. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, and prosperity. Nothing missing, nothing broken. It is so. And so it is.